booming economy demands a steady, reliable energy supply to fuel growth and drive a nation. The power sector is constantly evolving to meet the needs of Filipinos. This is how the country's transmission provider is powering up the Philippines. From a state-owned operation to a private enterprise, the power transmission sector has undergone reforms to provide better service for more Filipinos. A mission to achieve reliable and affordable electricity. The Electric Power Industry Reform Act, or EPIRA, brought reforms to the power industry. Among these changes was the separation of the generation and transmission sectors. The National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, or NGCP, runs the transmission sector and acts as a bridge between power generators and distribution utilities.
Gusto natin mapaganda yung pamamalakad ng kuryente. Ay nagkaroon ng pag-aaral tungkol sa ihiwalay yung generation, sa transmission, sa distribution. Yung transmission, yung dating pag-aari ng Transco, that's a government corporation, ay naibigay siya by virtue of the IPERA at duman ito sa tamang proseso, nakuha siya ng National Grid Corporation as a concessionaire. Ibig sabihin, the total national grid ng Pilipinas ay pinamanage ngayon, operated and maintained by National Grid Corporation of the Philippines.
We have to maintain the reliability of the lines. We have to maintain the complete maintenance. So sa part namin, nag-start yan sa inspection.
The transmission provider made many improvements since it was granted the 25-year concession to operate the country's grid.
We enhance yung transmission facilities. Ang ibig sabihin yung mga tore, yung high voltage towers natin sa 500 kV, sa 230 kV, sa 138 kV, 115 down to the 69 kV. Lahat yan ay in-evaluate natin at pinag-aralan. And that's greatly improve our delivery of power doon sa level ng customer natin.
Malaki yung na-improve kasi private company, yung customer satisfaction dapat ang palagi mong masatisfied mo. At saka yung pinagkatiwala sa amin na concessionaire period na yon, dapat ipakita namin yung performance namin na nag-level up. At sa ngayon naman talaga, ang daming program ng NGCP na hindi lang sa facilities, pati doon sa mga tao. I-enhance mo, pati doon sa technology.
NGCP wants to continue enhancing its service standards.
We have a vision 2020. Our target is almost 20,000 MVA of substation capacity. And then 1,600 mega voltage support. And then we have a 2,000 plus circuit kilometer of transmission line. And then ang pinaka-significant project ngayon ng NGCP is yung Mindanao-Visayas Interconnection Project.
Our vision is to be #1 transmission service provider in Southeast Asia. We focus on that goal together with our resources, of course with the full support of the management. I think we can get that vision in the near future.
NGCP has continually improved its facilities since it became the state transmission provider, building new facilities and increasing connectivity. It's in our homes, our workplaces, and in the streets. Electricity is powering every sector of our lives. But getting energy from power plants to where we need it is no small feat. The National Grid Corporation of the Philippines plays a central role in the process. In 2009, the company took over the management and operation of the country's power grid. NGCP is working on multiple projects to provide more stable power supply.
Since the time na nag-take over ang NGCP sa transmission operation, we constructed more than 2,700 circuit kilometers of new transmission lines. So itong mga transmission lines na to, addressing increase in load, pag-accommodate ng pagpasok ng mga bagong power plant, at pag-improve ng reliability ng power grid. So in addition, nag-upgrade din kami ng 63 substations at nag-construct kami ng 6 na bagong mga substation.
The Transmission Corporation is also working on making facilities more disaster resilient.
Isa ring ginawang improvement ng NGCP, in-establish namin ang overall disaster command center na mas naging modernized. At ito yung tumutulong sa NGCP na mas maging efficient kami sa disaster monitoring and response. So itong overall disaster command center, ito yung focal station sa pag-monitor ng incoming disasters in case ang aming mga facilities, ang aming mga assets ay magiging vulnerable. So napaka-importante yan for NGCP operation to ensure yung immediate restoration ng electric power in the event of calamities like typhoons.
NGCP is also planning to improve the connection between the Visayas and Mindanao grids to optimize power generation and distribution.
Itong interconnection will allow us to optimize lahat ng available energy resources natin. Meaning, kung merong mas cheaper generation na available sa Mindanao side, for example, pwede niya ito maibato sa Visayas grid and vice versa. And this will also support the establishment of a national electricity market. NGCP is highly capable to perform its transmission duties, and NGCP is committed to continuously improve, expand our transmission facilities for reliable and adequate service for the country.
Keeping the lights on in the face of natural calamities is a challenge. NGCP maintains disaster-resilient facilities and equips its personnel with the ability to respond to power interruptions. With around 20 typhoons entering the country every year, the Philippines needs to be disaster-ready. The country's grid operator works to ensure that power supply is not interrupted, especially during these calamities.
Mayroon tayong tinatawag na typhoon proofing sa mga transmission lines and substations natin para pag dumating yung bagyo o anumang kalamidad, kasama na doon yung lindol, handa yung mga facilities na ito at mga tao.
After Super Typhoon Yolanda devastated the Visayas in 2013, NGCP mobilized most of its personnel nationwide to restore power in the region.
Almost 70% of our linemen napadala noon sa Visayas. And then the target to restore the first line is before Christmas. But almost all the facilities before Christmas is energized.
Mayroon tayong tinatawag na Integrated Typhoon Action Plan at mayroong team coming from different regions. Kaya na-restore natin yun within 2 weeks.
Last year, NGCP had to bring power back to the war-torn city of Marawi.
That's very challenging for us. No? Sa side ng NGCP ay we provided yung technical support restoration ng affected 69 kV lines. Then tumulong din tayo para ma-restore yung mga linya. Sa ngayon, normal na yung supply ng kuryente. Kaya we're expecting na due to the cooperation naman ng LGUs, mananatiling normal yung supply doon. And that's our desire. Hindi lang naman sa Marawi, all over the Philippines. Because we're mandated to supply the reliable, available, and stable power all over the Philippines.
Aside from technical assistance, NGCP also provided help to affected communities.
Part of our social responsibility yun. Nagbibigay kami ng tulong doon sa mga areas na dinadaanan ng transmission facilities. Meron kaming corporate social responsibility group. It's a division in charge for the community needs. Ni-evaluate nila at inaalam kung anong pangangailangan. Not only during typhoons, sa normal na pamamalakad na naroon na sila to have that very good relationship with the community.
More than just delivering power to communities, NGCP also gives back to their project partners nationwide. From the islands of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, these grids continuously deliver power to homes, establishments, and industries. These grids are operated by the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, or NGCP. The company partners with relevant institutions to support communities all over the archipelago.
Our belief as a corporation is we don't just provide you power, but the progress that is actually aligned with power is making sure that the social component or the social development works alongside. We have environmental stewardship, community development, and sustainable livelihood.
Tucked in the mountains of Cordillera is a small village in the province of Kalinga. For many years, Quinua Ethnica has kept alive the Filipino tradition art of weaving as a means of livelihood.
I started weaving when I was 15. Tapos, ang sinasabi nila noon, kung nag-weave ka, hindi ka makapag-aral. At tama naman na hindi ka makapag-aral dahil nagko-concentrate ka sa weaving. Pero ngayon, kung mag-weave ka, makapag-aral ka.
So, Teacher, tigol apo ti NGCP, matulungan da kayo.
Through the NGCP's Corporate Social Responsibility Program, weaving has become an industry in Kalinga, providing a means of livelihood for communities.
In 2017, we linked with Philfida to teach the weavers here in Kalinga. Their products are very seasonal, so they want to do more with their product. And so we introduced to them the use of loom weaving machines, which would hasten production and then in a way expand their product line. Also, to start up the loom weaving industry here, we provided 10 looms for the organization and additional materials.
And what looks a simple frame of woods has brought a significant change in their lives.
Sa backstrap, in 4 days, magagawa na lang ang isang panel. So, in 12 days, di magiging 3 panels. 4-5 ang 3 panel. Whereas sa loom frame, 8 panels magagawa nila sa 12 days. Nagiging 12,000 pesos. Mas malaki ang kita nila, mas gumaan din ang buhay nila.
Yung anak kong mga nag-aaral noon sa backstrap, hindi ko kaya, nag-uutang ako noon. Ngayon, may saving pa ako weekly sa 1,000, yung ginagamit namin sa bahay.
Ngayong nag-bloom frame po ako, mas mabuti po yung kita ko dito. At maraming salamat din po sa NGCP kasi nagbigay sila ng ganito. Ngayon lang po kami nakapaggawa ng CR namin. Ilang taon na po lumipas kasi hindi pa kami nakapaggawa ng CR. So ngayon po nakapaggawa na po kami.
With the use of loom frames, Kalinga's weavers can now create beautiful cloth with more refined, tight stripes.
Lumalaki na ang demands. And now we are gaining demands sa mga trade fairs because the designers in Manila are also using our fabrics in making shoes, in making bags.
For this year, aside from advanced loom weaving, wherein they would be able to create more intricate designs, we would also be providing trainings on soft skills like leadership, organizational strengthening, and a lot more.
With these kinds of projects, NGCP hopes to encourage more communities to become partners in nation building.
By doing these projects in these communities, we believe that we are able to bridge power and progress.
I hope that these communities in the future eventually will look to us as partners. Our goal is that when we go down to these communities and provide them with assistance, that we are assured that they will live the life that they deserve, because every Filipino, I believe, deserves to have that better life.
Only the best of the best are recruited to work for NGCP. They must possess the drive and attitude to provide excellent service. Reynaldo Fajardo Jr. had always dreamed of someday becoming an engineer in the power transmission sector. It was a dream he would not let go of. Fajardo is a recent graduate of the Tower Program of the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, or NGCP.
The Tower Program is actually an on-the-job training program which the electrical engineers all over the Philippines have the opportunity to be exposed to the power transmission industry. We need to bridge the gap between the graduates as well as the industry. So the Tower is a bridging program for the company to enable the Filipino youth to have the opportunity to work in NGCP.
Interested applicants must be licensed engineers. They undergo a series of tests and interviews to make sure only the best of the best are accepted into the program. Qualified applicants undertake 5 months of training.
Madali lang naman po yung process and sobrang saya po. Yung best experience po siguro na nag-gain ko with the Tower Program, aside from the technical aspects po, is to have a family. Hindi lang mga katrabaho, hindi lang po mga kaibigan, pero parang pamilya na rin po.
If they have already completed the program, especially if there are vacant positions, they are almost qualified to be part of NGCP. In fact, in the past 2 batches of the Tower Program, around 99.9% of them are already absorbed.
Aside from Tower, NGCP has other programs to enhance the skills of its engineers.
Actually, we have 2 types, yung Formula 1 Leaders Program and the Trailblazers Program. So for technical personnel, for our engineers, yung Trailblazers Program yung magko-cover sa kanya. So basically, it's a 1-week foreign training in which we expose our technical experts on the best practices all over the world, particularly with our partner in China.
After po nung Tower Program, nakuha ko naman po yung position na hiniling ko simula pa nung una. And magwa 1 year na po ako dito sa NGCP and sobrang happy po dito sa NGCP.
So for NGCP, we believe that by letting our engineers learn from the best power utilities in the world, they would be able to bring the best service here in the Philippines and apply the knowledge as well as the skills they have learned and provide the Filipino the best power transmission service NGCP could provide.
Delivering power to millions of Filipinos all over the country is essential to keep the country growing, powering progress and building a better future.